Yeah, you're very welcome back to the third and final part of this evening's programme. We're going to focus now on a visit which we had last Thursday evening. We made the trek to Kilbrien National School, which was a real hive of activity for the official opening of their new AstroTurf and hurling wall up there in the school. A fantastic new amenity which is brilliant for the kids and indeed for the whole community. Really is absolutely second to none, and was really honoured, I suppose, to be invited up there last Thursday for the official opening, which was performed by Father Michael Kennedy, the parish priest, along with Waterford Inter-County hurler and Colligan clubman Colin Dunford. It was a really smashing evening. The barbecue was going full belt. The tunes were belting out as well. So top class evening. Thanks to Mr. Delaney for the invite up there as well. And on the evening I caught up with a couple of the kids who outlined to us the use and fantastic new amenity that is the AstroTurf and hurling wall. And we'll also hear a little bit later on from the school principal, Martin Delaney.
Marnicky, Molly Myrna, Andrew Webster, Colin Ryan. Right,
Colin, we might start with yourself. Fantastic facility here in the school, just opened tonight, the AstroTurf. You must be really happy with it.
Yeah, it's great for coming over after school and weekends. Normally we've had nothing to do at home, so my dad and I, we come over and just hit the ball around for an hour or two.
Absolutely. And do you find that brings on your skills, Colin, having the facility like you have here in Kilbrien?
Yes, a lot.
And you're obviously involved big time in St. Pat's as well. I believe you use it as well.
Yeah, we do sometimes.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of work on in by the teachers, Mr. Delaney, and all the pupils here and staff.
Yeah, sure, we wouldn't have it without sir.
Okay, excellent. And you had a good year as well, I believe, on the school field as well this year.
Yeah. We got to the finals, but Stradbally beat us.
Okay. Might move on to yourself, Andrew. Very happy with the AstroTurf?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Like break time, say if the pitch is wet, you could go onto the AstroTurf, play like football, hurling, soccer. Like the hurling wall is great for pucking the ball off it and that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you must find that brings on your skills, I suppose, having the hurling wall.
Yeah, it's good for training and stuff. We do train on the Mondays and it's great for that.
Absolutely, and you must any opportunity you get, I'm sure you're out there anytime you get a bit of fresh air or break time, you're in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're always out in the Astro. Like normally every break we're on it, just playing soccer or football or whatever sport.
Great stuff. Yeah. Molly, move on to yourself. Happy? How impressed are you with the new AstroTurf there? Fantastic facility.
Yeah, it's excellent. My brother and St. Pat's will come down and play like their training, and it helps him improve a lot.
Okay, very good. And I'm sure yourself, you're running around there as well, and break times you make good use of it.
Yeah, I'd play football or hurling or something on it. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, and you're with the local club as well, St. Pat's. There's a lot of good work going on there.
Yeah, we were playing last night.
Yeah, how'd you get on?
Yeah, we bet Stradbally.
All right, that's an important one, I think. At times we'll move on to Muirn then finally, with her Slieve Gua top on. I know you played the Camogie with Medeligo as well, Muirn, but you're in school here in Kilbrien, and you must be delighted with the AstroTurf.
Yeah, it's really good for for the break times and the training, and improve your skills and everything like that.
Yeah, and the hurling wall as well. I'm sure you're out there any opportunity you get to practice your skills, etc.
Yeah. It's great for the skills and everything.
Great stuff. And you're busy yourself playing the Camogie as well at the minute. You're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's really good fun.
Absolutely. And there's a good bond in the school here. The boy, you all a good, I suppose, relationship with each other, and
yeah, good friends and everything like that.
Yeah, and teachers and everything looking after you, and good banter here as well.
Yeah, really good banter.
Yeah, very good. Okay, thanks a million, guys, and continued success to you in the school here. All right. Great weather, Martin. Great to see the kids running around, and it's I suppose a unique occasion for the school tonight.
Oh, it's a fantastic occasion. We're delighted with the turnout here this evening, and the weather is a huge help to us, because obviously everything is outdoors. The Arsenal pitch is outdoor, and we're having a barbecue here as well. And the weather, the sun is shining. What more could you ask for? And it's great people here in Kilbrien. Over the last 4 years, we're always trying to develop the resource in the school. So we started off with an outdoor sensory classroom. Say 3 years ago, actually, the parents worked on it over that summer, and they did a terrific job. And we were always looking for a car park, because car parking was always tight. We had applied for funding from the department, and we were waiting to hear that, and Next thing we heard about Clore, and Clore is funding for rural areas and trying to help communities in rural areas. So we were successful in obtaining funding for Clore for our car park, and that happened 2 years ago. And then last year we were made aware that we could apply for Clore again, and we kind of thought what would really benefit the school, and we decided we'd go for an Astro pitch. We have the space, we have a good field. Even after the Astro pitch is built, we still have a good field for the children to play with. Of course, the Astro pitch meant that it's all year round, whereas a field, you'd have it for September, October, and then the winter months it's out of use, and maybe you get it back then April or May again. But with the Astro pitch, it means that we have a facility that the children can go on all throughout the year, not only for sports but also for break and lunchtime too. So as well as having our yard, there's huge space here now for running around, being active, and that's so important. Obviously, we're trying to develop as many sports as possible. Hurling and Gaelic football, are the most popular here, and amongst the children, the hurling mall has been fantastic for developing skills, not only in hurling but in Gaelic football as well. Kicking the ball off the wall, coming back to you, and catching. The children are thrilled, the parents are thrilled, and it wouldn't have happened if the parents came together as well and did some of the groundwork for us, and then with the Astro pitch put in and the hurling wall. So absolutely delighted. It all came in around, the Clore was funding was 50,000 and came in around 51,800. So look, not far off budget. So very, very happy principal here.
Absolutely, and I suppose these things, as we were alluding to earlier, don't happen overnight. It's a testament, I suppose, to the staff here, and I suppose the whole community of Kilbrien synonymous really to rally behind these projects as well, which really helps, I suppose, and a night like tonight is very evident.
Oh, very true. Look, the parents have just been so supportive over the years, and the Astro pitch, to be honest, wouldn't have just happened with the funding, because as I said, parents and the board of management, and then you have a parents association, and even some grandparents and some of their friends helped out with different projects over the year. The ones I was talking about, the outdoor classroom. The car park didn't have to do as much, but then they were involved in the planning of the Astro with me. And originally we were only going with the Astro, and we kind of, a few of us discussed out. We said, is there any way we could fit a hurling wall into it? So we put a bit of research into it, and to be fair, Stephen Ryan and Alan Walsh, they did the homework, and they felt it was feasible. As I said, we pulled it off. We were worried we were going to go way over budget by including the hurling wall, but we didn't. Fair to Alan, he's our treasurer, kept everything very tight and on the financial side of things, and as I said already, some of the parents and grandparents came up here with diggers and tractors and trailers, removed stones, removed clay. We wouldn't if the parents didn't do any of that work. The Astro pitch we'd have would be much smaller, because you'd have to get contractors in, and it would have been a huge cost to school. So the parents give so much of their time voluntarily, and they spent way more days than me here over the summer. They were the ones that were breaking their backs on it, So look, in some ways I was just a facilitator, but the parents are so good in Kilbrien, and the whole community. There's a great community feel. We do have a kind of barbecue at the end of every year, but it's extra special this evening when we have the opening of the Astro pitch.
Absolutely, yeah. You had Father Kennedy, parish priest here, and Colin Dunford as well, Waterford Inter-County Hurler as well, to perform the official opening, I suppose, as well, and great to have the backing, I suppose, of them as well, and great to have their presence here, I suppose, on a night like tonight.
It's great. You look, and we thought about who would we get to open it, and you're looking at different people, and some people are looking for rugby players, from Munster or Leinster. And then we said, look, you're better off with someone local who the children know, who the children look up to, and children really look up to Colin Dunford here. And also we actually had hoped to have Aoife Landers and Dee Fay. Unfortunately, they didn't train this evening, because again, two camogie players with Waterford, it would have been great to have them here this evening. So actually Aoife came up today and did a training session with the kids, and we're glad to have her here. And Father Kennedy, of course, is a tremendous support to the school. He's always looking after us.
Absolutely, and testament really to work going on, and obviously you're busy with the mini sevens hurling and Gaelic football. I suppose they've always held a strong tradition up here in the school as well. Yeah,
very much. Look, we've always competed well in the competitions. We lost both finals this year in Gaelic football and hurling and camogie. So, but we're always thereabouts. Either winning the trophies or in the finals. And you wouldn't believe the amount of practice the children put in this year. In the month, especially in the months there of February, March, April, they were just practicing their skills, and I was disappointed for them that lost out. Look, the number of boys in the school this year was low, so even to get to the final was a huge achievement for them. And then the girls, I was probably more disappointed with the girls because they had really dominated the blitz and came top in the blitz, and then just didn't perform as well as they can in the final. Look, they did their best, but I knew there was more in them. But look, it's actually the first year in the last 4 years we didn't come home with some trophy, because usually we've had maybe out of 4 trophies we can have, we usually have 3 or 4 of them. But thankfully the 5th and 6th class girls were joined with Sconley Gavin at Coolismere for the mini sevens, and they had great success. We had 4 girls in the panel. They won the Western and county finals this year, so a huge achievement for Sconley Gavin and for Kilbrien National School.
Absolutely, and a lot of these feeding as well to St. Pat's, Martin, they're really thriving as well at juvenile level, and obviously the ladies football really in St. Pat's picked up the last couple of years, and I suppose the 2 schools have played a big part in that. Yeah, look, I couldn't believe the standard of the team in the mini sevens. You know, obviously the training gone in with that girls team is obviously top quality, because the first day I went out to see, went out training with them and playing their first matches in the blitz, their passing and their movement was just top notch. And look, I know there's some of the parents here are involved with St. Pat's, and there's a huge amount of work going on the ground. They're really into it, and that's what you want is parents who will be involved and be there for their children and coaching them and encourage them. And to be fair, even at all our matches, the parents are always very, very encouraging on the sideline. That's what you want. You don't hear no one gives out on our sideline. So it's that's what it's really, really important, encouragement, and the children want to play then and enjoy. Isn't that it? Like, we all enjoy playing, and even though the children boys and girls lost the finals here and they were disappointed that night, they still enjoyed the experience. Yeah, that's important. And I suppose finally, before we leave you go, I know you're an Offaly native. It was a disappointing weekend last weekend to see Offaly, I suppose, such a traditional county, go down to the 3rd tier of inter-county hurling, Christy Ring, next year. It's been a difficult couple of, I suppose, months, and is it hard to put your finger? Obviously yourself, you were obviously, I'm sure, bitterly disappointed. Oh look, I actually was very, very disappointed. We really feel that we are of a higher standard than where we're going, but I suppose you can't argue with the results either. The reason we'd feel we're better is that we feel our club championship in Offaly is still very strong. There's 8 good senior clubs, and you would feel that that's the backbone, for a good championship team. Okay, we wouldn't be up there with Kilkenny and Galway and Wexford and Leinster, but we should be definitely more competitive than we are. Like we'd have stronger club numbers really than Laois and Carlow. You look at Carlow, they've only really 4 senior clubs, whereas as I said, Offaly have 8 senior, and then have a good few kind of what's called senior B, and to be decent intermediate clubs. So that's the biggest disappointment, is that we feel the players are there. It's hard to look. You see, this is it. You always hear rumours, and I know, like Waterford, you would have heard loads of rumours after a defeat. When you're having defeats, it's hard to know what the truth is. Kevin Martin had a great start in 2018, but then the league went well for him, and the first round in championship they played really well against Galway, but then the games 3-4 weeks in a row, and then by the end of the championship they were well beaten and were relegated from Liam McCarthy. That was, and I suppose not relegated from Leinster was the biggest disappointment. This is a competition they would have taken part in for years and years and years, and then to be demoted from it was hard to take. And now to go down a step further than that is, well, to be honest, it's a nightmare for Offaly fans, hurling fans. It's a pity. Like this year at the All-Ireland final, the 1994 team will have their 25-year celebration, and look, I think that's actually going to be a small bit hollow. It's like, at least if Offaly had survived and Joe McDonough, people could celebrate that and remember. But I think some people are going to find it hard to even celebrate it because it's just such a disappointing feeling. There's a lot of anger in Offaly at the moment about it, and trying to look. People will really need to pull together to turn things around. I suppose it starts at the school levels and works its way up from there, and we just have to hope that they come back up from the Christy Ring very quickly. But the problem is you're the team with a target on your back when you're down there, and as you see, when you fall from senior to intermediate to junior, sometimes it can be very, very hard to get back up. Absolutely, yeah. Well, Martin, appreciate the invite up here tonight, and continued success with the everything here in Kilbrien National School. Thanks a million, Gavin. Thanks for coming up, and thanks for your time. And that is where we conclude this evening's programme. Many thanks for your company. Do indeed stay tuned to WLR for more sport during the week. And if you have a sports story for us, just drop us an email, sport@WLRFM.com. We're back with our Lorna Porca GA show on Friday evening, where I'll be standing in for Tomas McCarthy. And we're also back with another edition of this particular programme on Saturday, just after the 12 noon news. So do hope you can join us for that. In the meantime, enjoy the remainder of your Monday evening. For myself, Gavin Whelan, do take care, and I'll chat to you soon. Slán.